Hey, this is Canon Bakery. Today I'm going to be doing the hands-on lab 6.3, 6.4, and 6.5. So we'll go ahead and get in on that. We're going to be using a standard 2960 switch. So we'll go ahead and open this up. Uh, and shoot, I meant to hit exit. We need to put on that no DNS lookup command. Come on, finish. There we go. Exit is what I wanted. We're going to start off by going en, and then we're going to put in, if we put in a CL question mark, it'll give you all options as to what that finishes into, so either clear or clock. So then if we put in clock, it'll give us other commands. We want to do a set, clock, set, clock. We need to put in hour, minute, and second. So for this activity, I'm going to be matching exactly what it says on the bottom right of my screen. So we're going to be clock set 10 dash 38 50. And then put in space. I guess it's actually 9, not 10. Put in another question mark. We want to put in our month. Our day of the month or year. So we're gonna put in 14 of March and 2016. So just set our clock. So now if we put in show clock, it'll tell us what time it is. March 14th, 2016. Now from our privilege modes, we can do show access lists 10. Oh shoot. Don't press enter, my bad. If we do control A, this will take us to the beginning of the line. If we do control E, this will take us to the end. The control A takes the cursor back to the beginning, E to the end. Then the control F moves it forward one character. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So maybe instead of hitting the arrow buttons, you hit control F. Control B will move us back one character. If you press enter and then press control P, it will repeat the last command. Which also another way that does that. If you just hit the up arrow key, it also does that. If you hit the up, it'll go up and down. It'll cycle through all of them. Yeah. If we type sh history, it'll show us our history command. If we do in terminal history size, and then put a question mark. This command will change the size of the history buffer, like how many it'll store. And we can set the number of allowed lines. So now if we do a show terminal, give us all this information with 80 columns, no part of 1 stop hits, 8 step. Yeah, you can do a show terminal. If we do, that's what I wanted. Terminal, no editing. Terminal. That's weird. Alright, so there's a chance that this command, terminal no editing, is not allowed in Packet Tracer, but will be allowed on regular switches and routers. Yeah. Maybe Yeah, I don't think that command is actually supported in Packet Tracer, so we're not going to be able to do that. If we do an sh run, um, press the tab key, it'll finish the command for me. I've been doing that a few times. I don't know, of course you're gonna see it, but this is a show run. Um, all of our switch information. If we do a uh, show start, it'll show our startup config, but there's none present. But yeah, that's all that. Now on to saving a configuration. Um, so we're in our privileged mode right now. Let's do start. Show startup config. Yep, that's right. There's none configured, so we don't have a problem with that. To save configuration to the NVRAM, also known as a startup config, you can do one of the following. We're going to do oh yeah, that's right, copy, run, start. That's the one I use all the time. We'll save it as the default name. That's all we need to do. Copy, running config. Yeah, that's right. Do a start. Yeah, now it'll show us our startup config. Do run running config, and if we do erase startup config, it'll remove all of our configuration, so we'd have to resave it. Yeah. So if we do that, and then if we do start again, it'll say it's not present. And that's because we just erased it. If we do the reload command, it'll take it a second to do this. Yeah. But yeah, that's all of 6.4. So now on to 6.5, setting passwords. So now we're gonna go en conft no IP. That's just so if I enter in the wrong command, I don't have to wait forever again. So what we're gonna want to do actually, we're gonna want to do an enable secret. Well, normally you'd hit your question mark if you're wondering what to do, but it's enable secret password. Or enable, yeah, enable secret password. The third word will be our own personalized password. Let's see. We're gonna switch it to something else rather than just a standard password. We'll do the password from the service class. ASSWORD01. So now if we do Control Z, exit. Now when we try and get in, there's a password. This is just a way to secure your way in. As you put in the password, the characters don't show up. So you have to just kind of like envision it in your head how it's supposed to look like. So now we're going to go ahead and remove the password. So we're going to go back into our conft. Conft. We're going to do no enable secret, and that'll remove our secret passwords. Now if we do exit, en conft as you see, and we didn't need to put in the password. Yep. Yeah. So that's one way to enter that password in. Um, yeah, so now we'll be in conft. Now we can set passwords to certain lines. So if you do a line, you do line. We'll usually do the virtual terminal console. Actually, you'll secure all of them really. Now that I think about it, you can. But yeah, so there's a lot of options here. For this activity, we're gonna be setting a virtual terminal password. So we're gonna put in VTY04. And then press enter, and this enters up into our config line, as you can see it right here. So this means that we can the 04 is the range of the 5 available virtual lines used to connect with Telnet. So if we want to encrypt all 5, I guess it depends on the number the iOS that we use makes it so the number of those lines vary. But yeah, so if we do login, it says the login is disabled on all of them until password is set. Yeah. And we're not able to telnet onto these lines unless a password is set. So that means like it's completely disabled, blocked off, can't be used. So we're gonna go ahead and while we're in here, we're gonna go ahead and type a password. We're gonna do password, and then we'll just do password 01. Login. Huh. Password 01. That your auxiliary password by typing line auxiliary. I think I need to go into exit. Line aux 0. Actually, I might need to be using a router for this now that I think about it. Conft line aux 0. Okay, yeah, now we're in the auxiliary line. We'll hold until password is set. We'll go to password 01. Line console 0. Login. Let's see. You set the password. So password 1. Yeah, that's how we do our auxiliary and our line console 0 and our telnetting ports. That's how you do those. If we wanted to, we can add an evac timeout command to the console line 0. It would stop the command from timing out and logging you out. That way, if we did it wrong, you could just enter it in again. For example, if we do and conft line console 0, we have our password. We'll put in our exec timeout 00. I think that's how I actually want it. And we'll also do a logging synchronous. And this it'll prompt to not override the command you're typing with console messages. Which it's kind of hard to explain what that is, but let's say if you do a no shot on a port and you turn it on, sometimes like 5 to 10 seconds later, it'll tell you that it's actually turned on. And you could be halfway through command at that time, and it could mess it up. So you turn on the logging synchronous, and it stops that. But yeah, that's everything for activities 4, 5, 3, 4, and 5. So if you have any questions, you can just leave me a comment. Thanks. Bye.